All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Arizona Cardinals. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Four down. Check.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wide.
Hey, let's go. Trips left.
On second down, here's Bortles. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Marshall. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
We got three.
Lucy.
Watch 18.
Now Bortles.
Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
22, eyes on 22.
Tight, green 80.
Let's go, 14.
There.
Mike, 55. Right, 12.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. And I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
On second down, McCaffrey. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of them.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Eric Walden in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On second down, Elliott. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Not gonna happen today. All day. Good hit, baby. Good hit. Good hit.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
B, 11B.
Hey, 4 down,
372.
Now Bortles. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hey. 4 down.
Throw left.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Yeah, baby.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Strong right.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
11B.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Here we go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Spread left, spread left, spread left.
Check.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing now is Bortles. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
The linebacker, Eric Walden, the one to get him down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Tight. Green 80.
Odd. 3 down. 3 down. Odd.
Spread left, spread left.
Go nowhere.
There.
12. Come on, tempo.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Malik Jackson able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Let's go, 14.
Hey. We got three. 3 down.
18.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10.
Tight end right. We got 3 inside.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Complete to Stewart, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Set. Green 80.
Check.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And Olsen over the middle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Bortles now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Sunday.
Bortles to throw once more. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And Justin Coleman brings him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And here come the Redskins now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Washington. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, a dump off to Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Bortles. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
372.
4 down, 4 down.
Again, it's Bortles. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Bortles now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Lucy.
Single.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Let's go, let's
After
go.
the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucy. All go.
Now Bortles again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10.
12, 12. Mike, 55. Check.
Tempo.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Zebra.
3 down.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Gun.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Good job. That was great. Right. He's tight right here.
Lucy.
So after the INT, it's Bortles finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Watch left. He's tight right there.
The give is to Elliott, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Tight end.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Green 80.
4 down. Even.
372.
Hey, turn it up.
372.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Bortles now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Bortles now to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
I'll go.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, 4 down.
Again to Elliott. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down. Shift.
Running with Elliott. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now. Nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Check. 55's the mic. Check. 55's the mic. Let's go. 14.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Being chased out left. Looking for Shepard deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Strong left.
They come up in an offset eye. They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Extra point safely through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
372.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Lucy.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hank. 4 down.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott.
Here we go.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards down to the 13.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
Here we go.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Shotgun.
Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 3 down, 3 down.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Bradford on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Ringo.
Cousins now from the 50. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Zebra.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
180.
Fight 3.
Throwing is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Cousins to throw it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A 2nd down throw for Bradford. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
4 down.
Two.
Cousins now on second down. Flushed out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Bradford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Hey, guys, check
One day. Listen, Hunt. Ready.
3rd and long for Bradford. Flush to his right. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Cousins on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep.
And this is taken in at the 5. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here we go.
Rhino!
I got 8.
Leave it. Ringo, 48.
Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time. Shoot!
They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Black, 82.
Trip.
Jahan, 180.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing, but I wonder about mindset because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw, Bradford forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
Let's get it.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Alert! 3 down.
Son Hunt, 180.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Who that?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this one from about two counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Hey, here we go. Stop right there. Stop right there. Here we go. Monday.
A play fake. Bradford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
A first throw for the backup Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Hey, steamer.
First down. Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On second down, Cousins again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Hey, flipper. 2. Zebra.
Cousins now to throw on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Rhino.
Cousins now. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Set hot. Move 40.
Three down.
Off the play fake, Bradford. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
82 is mine. I got 82. 82 is mine.
Set hot. 180.
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Spurs.
Throwing, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. On the crossing route, complete. It's Morgan. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set hot. 180.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Set hot. 180.
0-0, Mike free. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Strong right.
To Hunt. 180.
We got 4.
Cousins again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Wait to Hunt.
Mike 3.
They run the counter with Cook, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Hey, guys.
Through. Yellow.
Cousins. His pass caught at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Odd. 5 down.
Here is Cook on third and goal, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up fourth. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow. To hurt. 180.
2nd down, Cousins. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Black. To hurt. 180.
Now Cousins. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Three down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll throw again. Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Rhino, Rhino. To hurt. 180. 2.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Two.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
Cousins to throw it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Hey, we got 3 down.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
You see it?
It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 49 yards.
552.
Stop your whining.
18.
Now Trubisky on first down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
180.
On second down, Trubisky buying time to his left. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A Chicago first down to former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
Let's go. Hey, 18.
3 down.
Blue. Red, up.
On first down, Trubisky dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a second down.
Sit up. 180.
5-2's the Mike. Mike's 5-2. Mike.
18.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
3 down. 180. 3 down. Red, up.
Again, it's Trubisky. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
18. Hey, 18.
Trubisky to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Strong right.
To hot.
Alert.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Zebra.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Through. Rhino. Through.
Here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Lock in.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard.
Red, up.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
All day, every day. Oh, nice pick, nice pick.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Tight end left.
Sit up. 180. Red, up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Sit up. 180.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Dancing to his left.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
His throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Let's go, let's
So
go, let's go.
second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Double tight. Hey.
Sit up. 180.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
We're go, let's go.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hey, we got three down.
Blue.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Hands up. Sit up. 180.
On third down, Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Matthews, the intended target. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10.
Tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
The hook. 180.
They start the drive with Cook. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24.
Tight right. Even. 4 down.
The hook. 180.
82's moving.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
We got 4.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
4 down. Check.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You got 3 down.
Red,
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
No chance.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Now he steps away. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Here we go.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Yellow, yellow. Ready, sitting there. Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow.
4 down. 4 down. 4 down.
Again, it's Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Vikings, they finish off the season with a victory, which is the good news. The bad news is that it'll wrap up a dreadful 4-12 campaign. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.